Kol Haloyim La Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah Bahashem Rekakwadash. I want to give a double honors to the apostles and elders that prophesied and rule well for the hopeful 144 and the 1/3 of Yasharallah, who this world refers to as Israel, starting at the house of Great Millstone. Shalom to you, Akim, who teach and learn in sincerity. Shalom to the Akwith, who learn in silence and sincerity. Okay? It's your brother, Kanai, and this will be titled, Eve is Still Deceived. So let's get the understanding the correct definition of deceive.
Deceive.
Of a person cause something to believe, Salakia. Of a person cause someone to believe something that is not true. Typically, in order to gain something, some personal advantage. Okay? So basically, Satan, from the beginning, from the Garden of Eden, Satan has deceived Eve until up to this very moment to not follow her power, but to worship the beast, to worship the wickedness. Okay, so this is the state that these women are in. All right, and I'm gonna give you an example right here, just a simple example. The Lord made us perfection, you so-called African Americans, Native Americans, Hispanics. But look at you women, okay? Look at what you want to partake. Then and we know that E is a culture vulture, but you get on them for cornrows and braids and such, which are actually not of our custom, but we wear them. And then you turn around and do this. Straight iron your hair, put fake hair in, color it to leprosy color. You know, all sorts of mannerism of wickedness, okay? This is wickedness. This is not beauty. This is portraying your fakeness, okay? Here's another. Shout out to Apostle Ricard, Big Curly, Big Shirley Salakia, Big Shirley, look at her, all out in public with that same look right there. You know, it's bad enough a man got to go to bed with that, but then you so-called African Americans, Native Americans, Hispanics, starting with Judah, the so-called African American, you take this to the streets proudly, boldly. It's wickedness, man. Okay, and then you see that what appears to be an Edomite down at the bottom with that bonnet on. Do they go out in public like that? No. I'll simply answer your question. Now let's get to these verses. This is the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 14, starting at 31. For ye may all prophesy by one, that all may learn, and all may be comforted. Okay? Now these prophets are the men, all right? The men shall prophesy, okay? And the spirits of the prophets are subjected to the prophets, and we'll further back that up. So the prophecies, the prophets, the spirits are subjected, meaning when you come back and you do it again, you're going to come back in your same lot. You're going to be who you was before. The men that you see on these street corners, in the highways and byways, correctly righteously dividing these words, were here doing it before. Okay, every kingdom that is in a that is in a downfall, that is ready to be taken about, the Lord has sent prophets to prophesy beforehand. Okay, men. Okay, here we go. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 14 and 33. For Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, and that's his name, by the way, is not the author of confusion, but of peace, as in all churches of the saints. Okay, and these churches are not those whorehouses where your pastor's sitting there dripping in sweat and that wolf's clothing don't gave you 2 Bible verses in 3 hours, and that collection plate don't been passed around more than the scriptures have. Okay, that's not the church. The church are the men coming together in the name of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, and in the Rekakwadash doing the work. Okay, let your women keep silence in the churches. Okay, now didn't it just say beforehand in 33, for Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai is not the author of confusion, but of peace in all churches of the saints. Now what's 34? Let your women keep silent in the churches, for it is not permitted unto them to speak. So why so many speakers? Why so many speakers in this whorehouse? Why so many of you so-called Akwif, who have an understanding that we are Yasharala, instead of learning in society of silence, learning in silence and taking it in humbly, you got to come out and put your 2 cents and your opinion about it, which is taking you up out the spirit because you're being disobedient. Okay, you have a zeal, but it's not of Yahweh by Shemiawashai. But they are commanded to be under obedience, as also saith the law. Okay, so this is the law. This is not Apostle Paul's opinion. This is thus saith the law. So let me read that one more time. Let your women keep silence in the churches, for it is not permitted unto them to speak. Okay, but they are commanded to be under obedience, as also saith the law. And if they will learn anything, let them ask their husbands at home, for it is a shame for women to speak in the church. Okay, and I got this motivation because this video came to me way of motivation, always through Yahweh Bashim Shah. But I've been on some hard times recently, and if you're going through it, you can make it through it, especially with Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. And I had to depend on staying with my sister short term, and it just wasn't gonna work. She has an unruly spirit. Okay, she has a aggressive, impulsive, want to be the head of all things, big mama spirit, if you want to call it. You know what I mean? I have the final say of everything. No, nobody's opinion comes before mine. And to hell with those scriptures, even though I profess that I love Jesus, earth pig. Okay, that's where it all starts and ends at. Okay, she is Bible prophecy. Go into Deuteronomy 28 and see how our women will perform. And she's a modern day version of that curse playing out. Okay. Let's keep going. And I'll gradually bring this out. I don't want this story to be a personal story, but I pray that it be edifying. Okay. This is the book of Hosea 12 and 10. I have also spoken by the prophets. Once again, okay, these men are set up. Okay, who are the 12 disciples? Men. Okay, then Judas left. You had 11 disciples. Farther down the road, the apostle Paul was grafted in. Okay, and I have multiplied visions and used similitudes by the ministry of the prophets. Okay, now that's important to grasp. You have to be obedient to the men. Okay, the rule of order would be Yahweh, then Yahweh Shai, then the man, then the woman, then the children. Okay, now this is Amos 3. And before I even pull this verse out, you Christians, not just the women, always the Lord spoke to me. The Lord gave this to me. The Lord told me this, especially you women, though, on this device, on this YouTube device, on TikTok. It's bad enough you in the churches doing this. You had recently one of the Akim exposed that woman in that church saying that charge $1,000 to your credit card if you want to receive blessings. Stop playing with the Lord. Your credit card is part of showing him that you are committed by coming off that money. Okay. You prosperity demons. Okay. But now, once again, now that this truth is super popular, you got women wanting to come on and break it down like the men, come in the spirit of the man. Okay. Well, this is Amos 3 and 7. Surely Yahweh Bashim Yahushai will do nothing. He doesn't open up clouds and speak directly to you, and definitely not women. But he revealeth his secrets unto his servants, the prophets. Okay, so whether you like it or not, starting with the apostles, starting with the elders who've been in this truth, who've been giving us the correct guidance and directions, teachings. That's who he's revealing his truth to, not through these Johnny come latelys. Even me, I've only been in this truth about 4 to 5 years. I can't go against the ministry, or that would make me a bug out. Okay, that would clearly just make me a bug out. If I could woke up tomorrow and had different opinions about what these scriptures said other than what I was taught, I'm going off. I'm no longer of value. Okay, so how much more you women that disregard what we just read and what I'm gonna bring out again? I'm gonna bring it out again right here. Here it comes. You lean not to your own understanding is what these scriptures say, but here goes the women. Okay, and back to the story I was telling you. My sister was not only threatening, verbally threatening, but she was literally out her mind, threatening to put her hands on me. That doesn't cause fear in my heart. It causes anger. Okay, and I'm saving the best for last though. But yeah, threatening that she'll beat my ass like she beat up her baby daddies in the past. That's not even that doesn't even come across me as a concern. What it is that you had the audacity to open your mouth and talk to me like that. Okay, really, that you had the audacity to open your mouth and have the security in your heart that you can get away with these actions. That's a problem right there. Okay, but here we go. This is 1 Timothy chapter 2 and 11. And this directly backs up Corinthians 14, 1 Corinthians 14 and 31 through 35. Not that it had to be repeated. You heard it the first time. You're supposed to obey it. Okay. If you don't like portions of the Bible, I say it all the time. You just don't like the Bible. But let's get to it. 1 Timothy chapter 2 and 11. Let the women learn in silence with all subjection. Okay. Humble yourselves. Not, I think this, I think that, okay? But I suffer not a woman to teach, nor to usurp authority over the man. Now, what's that? You do as I say, you do this. I said, do that, don't do this. Okay, who are you to even be putting in that position? Okay, once again, yes, I came to stay with you. Okay, but you knew once you brought me into that house, you were bringing a male into that house, not a little boy, not a child, a grown man of your age, of your stature, of a higher stature, because given by Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, especially if you know who we are, you so-called African Americans, Native Americans, Hispanics, Yasharala, he Prince of Power. Okay, not princesses of power, Prince of Power. Okay, all right, but I suffer not a woman to teach, nor to usurp authority over the man, but to be in silence, okay? And all you women, once again, that are in delusional, deceived right now. You had that podcast where those women was like, we don't need men, we just need their juice. Okay, well, where does the juice produce from? You people, you women are out of your fucking mind. We can do it all. You can't do nothing. You haven't built nothing. You haven't accomplished anything without the aid of a man. Okay, really without the authority of a man going before you. All right. But to be in silence. Listen to this. For Adam was first formed. Adam was first formed, then Eve. That's the problem right there. You women don't believe that. Therefore, you don't have a connection with Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. Once again, this is not pick and choose what you like about the scriptures. Okay, and we're going to get to that too. And Adam was not deceived. He wasn't the one that was tricked by the serpent, by the wicked, who we call Esau today, who we know is Esau today, who they call themselves the white man, the deceiver, okay, the serpent, that spirit. But the woman being deceived, still to this day, was in the transgressions, okay? Now, we got to back that up. This is the book of Sirach 25, starting at verse 24. Of woman came the beginning of sin, and through her we all die. Okay, and that's what the hopeful 144 and the 1/3 are trying to put off on this side, death, to be obedient to Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushai. So hopefully, in that, we'll meet, hopefully, will be of the election that is taken up through his kasai, through his mercy up in those chariots. Also, if we do give our life, it does say, be ye faithful to death. You'll be the first to rise with your Hamashiach Yahushai in his glory. Okay? But as of right now, the life, the world that we live in, Job 9:24, the world is given to the hands of the wicked. Eve is right there, a counterpart, aiding on to the wickedness. Okay? Once more, of the woman came the beginning of sin, and through her we all die. Okay, through her mouth, through her actions, whether it be, once again, your sister. Now let's speak on that. I've been holding this back. Okay, so prior to me leaving, like a day prior to me leaving, me and my sister had got into a little chatty argument. Okay, and just, it popped off, and my niece was there to somewhat, if you want to say, play the mediator, calm the situation down. I had to remain calm regardless. That's not a self, but that's Yahweh Bashim Yahushua putting that on my spirit. But as we separated ways, our bedroom's on the opposite side of the house. She's in the bedroom with her daughter, screaming at the top of her lungs. I'm not in her face, so really there's no reason for her to be carrying that energy. I'm in the room. I done talked to the Lord. And I hear this bitch say she'd take my pistol and shoot me. Okay? To her daughter. Now, mind you, if she's talking to her daughter, why it got to be across the room? So she's basically broadcasting that to me. Already done told me that she feel like putting her hands around my neck. The last time I heard that and it made sense, it was Mystical when he was rapping, because he said it with so much energy. I don't fear a man telling me they gonna do that. Not alone a woman. You gonna choke me out, okay? And I'm gonna sit there and do what? Allow you to? But now you're going to reach on my body, pull off my tool and use it on me. Okay, like I said, the nerve of this woman, the audacity of her. Okay, but hey, I handled that through prayer. I asked the Lord, I said, Lord, the time here is all but dwindled. So, help me figure out what's next. Okay, well, we just went to Missouri, which was supposed to be a 6-hour trip, wound up being 7.5. Even says the maps, but she claimed people do so much speeding, which I don't, that it cuts down time, which I don't. I don't like excessively driving. I don't like tickets. I don't like police. So they don't go hand in hand with me. So we drive 7.5 there. I drive 7.5 there. Do about a 2-hour set down with my niece and all, because it was about grabbing her grandson, my great nephew. So we were there for about all 2 hours, and she's ready to go. She's ready to do this. She ready to do that. Already done pretty much got into a little verbal thing with her daughter. Okay, well, to draw this out, we get back to Indy. We get back to Indiana, and she decides that she's gonna have my nephew leave with my niece and her sons who came up on Sunday to go stay the week with them in Indy. So it's like, okay, all this, you whatever. Okay, whatever you thinking. She got the boy to get him to school. Well, I go to work Monday. I come home from work and she's telling me tomorrow you got to go pick him up. I don't have gas. I don't have the resources to do that. I clearly explained that to her. After all the explanation, she still wants to jump mad at me. Back to that shit talking. That's when I was like, okay, I'm good. It's time to go, because I don't want this to turn cardinal, meaning I will fuck her up. Okay? So let me keep going with these scriptures. Salaki. This is the book of Proverbs. Yeah, y'all wouldn't be totally off. Y'all need more medication, I guess. Proverbs 21 and 19. It is better to dwell in the wilderness than with a contentious and an angry woman. Angry, like you wake up, you know how you stretch and you clear your throat. Nah, some of you women like to wake up and start and yelling and hollering at nobody. I've seen it happen in more than one situation. You women really do have legion on you, for real. Them demons are all on you. Okay. Now we're going back to Sirach 25, and I'm coming down to 16. One of my favorite. Okay. I had rather dwell with a lion and a dragon. Now you imagine a lion. You imagine what's the chances of you surviving being close to a lion? We're talking about a wild lion, not you overly rich. I own all kind of exotic pets. Now we talking about countering a lion, okay, for the first time, and then add on the fear of a dragon. I always say if you see the dragon, you ain't gonna be awoke to. You're gonna pass out. But I had rather dwell with a lion and a dragon than to keep house with a wicked woman. Okay? Now this is all prophecy. You can't get around it. This is the words dedicated from Yahweh by Shem Yahushua. Okay? You women are you a problem, and the Lord gonna deal with you. Shoot, just like he gonna deal with Esau at the end, he gonna put away all of your sins and your wickedness too. This is Matthew 12 and 34. A generation of vipers, how can ye, being evil, speak good things? They can't. For out of the abundance of their heart, their mind, the mouth speaketh. So now, I'm going to put the icing on the cake. On the way to Missouri, first of all, she had told me that the radio was too loud for her to hear what she wanted to listen to. I told her, I said, I have earphones. You can have the radio. She, no, you driving. I want to hear what your Akim got to say. I want to listen. So I put on the Elder, North Carolina, and, in the news. And he said what he was supposed to say. He said, who this world so ignorantly calls Jesus. This woman gonna sit there and say, well, I be ignorant then, because you are. Okay? You're not mocking me. You're not mocking him. You're mocking Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. Now, this woman for the last 2 years, and you heard me say it before, has went in and out of wanting this truth, to the point where I can't believe her. But if you ask, I'm going to do what I can do. She's told me, call me on voicemail and say his name. I'm like, how about I write it down? No, just do as I asked you to do. So I called her on voicemail, said his name. Now, she don't heard my videos over and over and over. Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah. And to this day, it's a tongue twister to her. I mean, all of Israel is not Israel. We know that. Only the election that found it. 2/3 of y'all will only be Israel when we come back to the kingdom. Okay, you're Israel now, but you're Israel for no purpose. You're Israel for the purpose that you're going to be punished. The 2/3, you're fulfilling that prophecy. That's what you are. Prophecy fulfillers, whether you like it or not. Okay, so yeah, you get offended off his name. Okay, I told her, well, you have to consider, you have to come to worship his name. I don't have to do nothing. The Lord ain't told me I had to do anything. Yeah, eat, sleep, shit, and die. That's what you got to do, okay? That's your mentality. So, yeah, it's a fearful thing to play with the Lord like that, Now, I'm going down to Matthew 36, all right? No. Salakia. Don't get ahead of yourself. Back to Sirach 25. Now, 19. All wickedness is but little to the wickedness of a woman. Okay, once again, this is Sirach. This is the prophets breaking this down to you. Okay, let the proportion of a sinner fall upon her. And then what's a proportion mean? You get what you deserve. You reap what you sow. So that's the proportion that is coming to you, wicked women that hate correction, that hate authority, the man that the Lord has set up to be above you, not underneath you, not equal to you, above you. Okay. Now we going back to Matthew 12 and 36. But I say unto you that every idle word that man speak shall speak, Salakia. Matthew 12 and 36. But I say unto you that, and this is Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, red letter, that every idle word that man shall speak, and let's get that idle
Strong's G 692. Argas.
or God's
Argas.
free from labor at leisure, okay? Shunning the labor which one ought to perform, okay? So, I'm going to say this, being loose with your mouth. You know, that people get on us for cursing, which they don't know what cursing is. These are just words, so harsh words, okay? When shit, fuck, that's a harsh word. Curses is actually to throw up curses, which we do, okay? And we'll get to that later, okay? But I say unto you that every idle word that man shall speak. So what's the idle word? I'm gonna be ignorant and continue using Jesus. This woman had the nerve to ask me, to tell me, Salaki, to tell me on this same trip to Missouri that there is no microchip in the Bible. You people have heard this before. That sound familiar? Now hey, believe me, she never came at me like that. So I broke down Revelations 13, 16, and 17 to her, using the charagma, using the karax, showing her, and that's her problem. You could show her Yahweh Shai in the Bible. You could show her Yahweh in the Bible, but she doesn't like the fact that you're using the blue letter, that you're researching. She wants the Bible to say it this right there in print. A book that's been reprinted. Okay, we know that J did not exist to the 1500s. So she wants this book to go, and you know, if you have a 1611, it's not going to have a J in there if you had the right copy. But that's what she wants. She needed to have that growing up with that. She can't take wisdom and grow. Okay. So, but I say unto you that every idle word that man shall speak, that shall give account, they shall give account thereof in the day of judgment. So once again, I'll be ignorant because I'm going to continue to use Earth Pig over Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai. Okay? For by the words thou shalt be justified, and by the words thou shalt be condemned. Okay? That sounds condemning to me. You don't want to rock with the name of our Lord Savior, Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai? Okay. What else chance do you have? This is the book of Sirach, chapter 5 and verse 7. Make no tarry to turn to Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai, and put not off from day to day, for suddenly shall the wrath of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai come forth, and in thy security thou shalt be destroyed. Okay, and the security of thinking, who I'm this, I'm that, I run this, that's why I don't have no man, that's why I don't have no man. You don't know how foolish you sound saying that to me. First of all, I'm not your man, I'm your brother. Second of all, I understand why men don't deal with you. Okay, and perish in the day of vengeance. Whose vengeance? Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, when he come to check you for not putting respect on his name. Simply, we could start there. Then we can go into the rest of your folly, which I don't have enough time to cover, and it's not everybody else's business. Okay? I just want to put that main headliner out there, though. It ain't about how you threatening to kick my ass, which you can't do, but how you playing around with the Lord, which you won't do, and get away with it. Okay? All right? This is the book of Proverbs 1 and 26. I also will laugh at your calamity, okay, at your issues, at your problems, okay. I will mock when your fear cometh. Oh, you so tough now, all right. When your fear cometh, and desolation, and your destruction cometh, as a whirlwind. Okay, so when them bills start to come through, all right, yeah, when distress and anguish come upon you. Okay, when all kind of problems, like you taking on more than you could chew right now, in a situation that I wouldn't have dared told you to take on, but oh well, that's between you and Yahweh Shem Yahushua, or who you call Earth Pig, Jesus. Okay, see if he can help you out of the situations. Then shall they call upon me. Well, if you got his name, if you out there stumbling over his name every time you mention it, but I will not answer. Okay, so even if you calling on the correct name, and we know who that goes into, some of you camps that's been out here doing it wrong, and some of you with that they're going to go on the comic boards and go make your own video and call on the right name, but you're doing it in vain because he told you not to open up your mouth. He said remain silent. Okay. Then they shall seek me early, but they shall not find me. It's over. It's too late. That's when we say the doors of Kasad, mercy, are closed. Okay, the Canaan grace period is over. All right, you had an opportunity and you tear it. You played around with it. Okay. I pray that this has been edifying. This is the book of Micah 7 and 10. Then she, who, starting with, where does judgment start? With the house of Yasharallah. Okay, you so-called African Americans, Native Americans, Hispanics. So she, Eve, that is my enemy. I'm going to be ignorant then. The Lord ain't told me that I ain't got to do anything. Okay, that is my enemy. Shall see it, and shame shall cover her, which said unto me, where is Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, thy Allah power? Okay, where is he? I don't see him. I don't do this. I don't do it that way. Okay, my eyes shall behold her. Now shall she be trodden down like the mire of the streets. Now, does that sound like your God so love everybody ministry that you women are quick to grasp on too? I'm blessed and highly favored. We'll see in that day when he casts that judgment upon you. Okay, and before I end this, I want you to know, my family are those who do the will of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Thus came from Yahushai's mouth when his mother and brother and sisters was at that entry, and he broke down to the nearby prophets. These are my family. Okay, so with that being said, if I have an issue with an Akim or so, I take it to repentance and forgiveness. Okay, now the scriptures say once again, King David, Psalms 193. I have enemies. In 20, I have enemies. Okay, and I hate my enemies, the Lord's enemies, along with as they're my enemies. I don't mean to roughly here. Let me get it. Chop that up. You don't have to chop that up. Okay. For they speak against thee wickedly. I'm gonna be ignorant then. I'm gonna keep on calling on Jesus. Okay, so they speak against Yahweh by Shem Yahushai wickedly. Okay, and thy enemies take thy name in vain. There you go. Do I not hate them, O Yahweh by Shem Yahushai, that hate thee? Okay, and am I not grieved with those that rise up against thee? And that is vexing. That is very vexing to have to deal with somebody like that continuously, man. Okay, I'm just being honest with you. It wasn't a day that shit didn't get on my nerves. Your wishy-washy back and forth attitude. And you've been doing this, like I said, for 2 years now. One minute you want to be close to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. You say you understand what we preaching, what we teaching. We meaning you've seen more than my work. You've seen the brothers' work, and then you still want to be on that BS, man. Okay, I hate them with perfect hatred. I count them my enemies, okay? And I got one more for y'all before I close out. The Wadi Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Come on. You can't get no clearer than this, I like to say this is Yahweh Bashim Yahushua dropping bars. Luke 17:32. Remember Lot's wife. Okay? Sodom and Gomorrah, hello. Turned back when she was told not to, hello. Got turned into a pillar of salt. Okay? Where only Lot and his daughters survived the wrath. That was the judgment that was brought on Sodom and Gomorrah and the near 5 cities. Okay? And her ass got made an example. All right? So I pray that this is edifying. But before I go, I want to say, yeah, I would never throw curses on the Akim for having a dispute with them. I pray for them. But with my sister, I put up curses on her. And if when the Lord come through, I'ma celebrate. Okay? For real. And with that, I pray that this is edifying. Shalom.